Hey guys, welcome to the channel if you're new here. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for coming back and continuing to be a part of this tribe. You'll never have guessed it. Last video I forgot my microphone and I forgot it again. This time was different though. I went to go grab it and I have two microphones that I use, and I was trying to figure out which one was the one. I have two microphones, one that doesn't work, one that does work, and I was trying to figure out which was the one that does work, and I must have just not grabbed it as I was putting other things in my bag that I needed. So I'm right by the ocean, so hopefully you guys can still hear me. I know last video it was the wind, this time it's the ocean, but we're gonna go ahead and make the video anyways. Like I always say, I have a very loud voice, so that is very helpful, especially when making YouTube videos. And I wanted to do something different for my video today. I want to pull 3 cards, and we're gonna see how these cards are speaking to me about my life right now. And maybe it's also a message for you to hear, or maybe you'll just find it interesting, or I don't know, maybe you'll click off. Either way, I thought this would be something helpful for me to do, and also something intriguing and interesting for you guys to tune into. So I hope you like it, and let's get into it. Alright, what's the first card? Just gonna give me a second here, guys, actually. Okay, we got 2 cards, so I'm gonna go with this one as the first one. 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles, for me, it talks about how I've really been working towards being smart about my money, but also just working on my money in all different aspects, whether it comes to saving, investing, but also having a positive money mindset, listening to money subliminals, changing my concept around money. If you guys don't already know this, but I'm sure you do if you're here watching this, but the way we think about money really has a big effect on how we get money. Money is a vibration, money is an energy, and you have to think of money as your friend. You can't think of money as the bad guy. And so the 6 of Pentacles is showing up for me in my week as like a card of like one of the first cards for my week, to really remind me that I've actually been doing a really good job with raising my standards when it comes to money, believing in myself when it comes to money, my finances, believing that there's more possible for myself, and just trusting the process with my finances. And I also feel like this is a card that speaks about giving and receiving, not only with money, but with energy, and just not being afraid to share the wealth in whatever aspect that looks like, whether it's your knowledge, your creative gifts, your anything that you can give or receive, just not being afraid to give those things or receive those things. And I think that's something that I've worked on and that I continue to work on is receiving and sharing. Yeah. Alright. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. What does the Queen of Pentacles represent for me in this time of my life right now, but especially this week? The Queen of Pentacles knows her worth, you know? And that's something that I've really been reminding myself this week, to stay in my power, to know my worth, to just remember how special my presence and my energy is. And it kind of goes back to the first card with the giving and receiving, just how much I have to give and knowing that what I have to give is valuable again, but then I also deserve to receive as well for those things, and they're not to be taken advantage of. And that's something that I've been reminding myself this week, and that's what I think the Queen of Pentacles is here for. And just in my life for this era, just in this era of my life in general. Okay, let's hold on to those. Hopefully I didn't already lose it. I think I might have already lost the 6 Pentacles. Nope, we got them. Yay! Yeah. Last card. What is it gonna be? Let's go out with a bang. What is the last card? What does the last card represent for this era of my life, for this week especially too? 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands for me, I think this week I've really been reflecting on just how far I've come, how much I actually do for myself and do for others, and yeah, just how like much I've been wounded and I've still bounced back. And I'm really in a place in my life right now where I'm trusting the process. And I mean, I think it's important to always be in that place of life. Like, I think you should always be trusting the process, even if life is like exactly how you just got all your manifestations at once and life is great. Just always having like the back of your mind, no matter what it is you're going through, or whatever experience you're having in your 3D reality, is you should just be trusting the process. And that the answers are gonna come to me when they're ready. And I think I talked about this in my last video, and that's something that's going on in my life too, is the answers are gonna come to me, or the things I need to do happen naturally. But yeah, I just like, this week I've just been so reminded of how much I've, again, been through and how much I've really overcome. And, you know, an example of this is I've gone into calisthenics over the past 3 years. And when I first started trying to do a handstand, it was such a journey. such a journey. It took me so long to just even be able to kick up into a handstand. And then I would go on my phone, and then I would see, because, you know, your phone listens to you. You say, like, birds, and the next thing you know, you open up your phone, and you see, like, a cajillion birds. So anyways, you know, I open up my phone, and I see handstands. I already had, like, handstands and calisthenics on my algorithm, because, like, you know, I follow people and get inspiration and stuff. But sometimes inspiration isn't, it can be a little bit, not inspiration, but sometimes you can see videos and it can be a little defeating, right? Because I'm like, I've been working on my handstand for a year, and this person just posted, you know, how I got my handstand in 3 months. But that didn't stop me, you know. I persevered. I kept going, and there was times where I literally cried. I literally cried because I was so frustrated trying to figure out how to do a handstand. But like now I can do a handstand pretty effortlessly for the most part. I can do like different shapes and stuff with my legs. I'm even trying out new calisthenic skills now. So I've become a lot more advanced in my practice, and yeah, I've just come a long way. Like the other night I was looking at a Snapchat from like the same day last year, and I'm like, even my physique looks different, you know, in a good way, and in a way that I'm happy with. And so the last card really just reminds me that I'm doing enough and that my progress is happening, even if I can't always see it, and that it's okay to slow down, and it's okay to not feel like you have to be so productive all the time, or that you should be doing something that's gonna benefit you or improve your life, because I'm always doing those things, and sometimes I think I'm not doing enough, but I really am. And so that's what the last card is all about, is how I've had to remind myself of that this week. Yeah. Now, let's pull... These 3 cards might have already resonated with you guys, or maybe it was just interesting to listen to. But I want to pull one card for you guys, okay? What's a message for you this week that you need to hear, that you need to remind yourself of in this era of your life? Do you guys see this? You see what you got? Did you see what you get? What you get, what you got? 10 of Cups, guys. Hey, bada boom, bada bang. Have you guys been worried lately that you're not gonna get your 10 of Cups? Have you been really stressed out this week about maybe you don't have like the family life that you want yet? Maybe you don't have the career that you want yet? You don't have that house that you want yet. Maybe you couldn't even afford to go on that trip that you want. Whatever it is, Spirit's saying, good job at reminding yourself, even when you have been stressed out this week, that it's gonna happen. Might not be today, might not be right now, but it's gonna happen for you. And it's gonna happen on divine timing, as long as you are putting in the work. But here's the kicker: trusting the process and not overdoing it, you know, letting the universe co-create with you. And that's all you need to do. And you guys have been reminding yourself of that, haven't you? Even when there's been days where you're really getting in your head about it, you know deep down, you know it's gonna work out. So trust that. And this card was your reminder that that's exactly what you need to do, is trust that it's coming, whatever it is that you want. Don't worry about messing things up. Don't worry about messing things up. Everything that doesn't work out was meant to not work out. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. And thanks so much for tuning in. And check back in for the next video. Alright. See you guys. Bye.